Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Saturday night. It's dark out, so it looks a little darker in here. The ring light doesn't quite fill the room the way that sunlight does. It's been a productive day, probably because I'm wearing one of my cotton, raggedy old work sweaters with a t-shirt underneath to keep me extra warm. Get stuff done. I didn't want to come on and do my video until I could declare a big victory. Since yesterday, I finished 4 items. Let's see, I think this was the first one. I told you with that color cake that was purple on the outside and pink on the inside that I was going to make a turtle with a pink underside. I did. So then I attacked the cake of light purple worsted weight yarn. And I made a bear. This is Buddy Bear, a free pattern from Cassandra at Craftably Ever After, which eventually I will get linked in the comments when I get back on the laptop. I've been doing a lot on my phone, trying to get my Etsy shop up and running again. I have so many expired listings and listings that need updating, but it's more fun to play with yarn. So there's Mr. Purple Bear. Which one was next? Okay. Next. Would have been Thursday. I showed you the pumpkin monster that my granddaughter designed. Well, I had to type the pattern up and make another one from the typed pattern so I could see where I needed to make corrections and changes and add pictures and all that. So there is Pumpkin Monster number 2, where I just used the safety eyes as the picture originally looked. And that finished off the purple, the worsted weight purple, and the pink that was on for the underside of the turtle. Even though one was a lighter, the purple is a lighter weight worsted, and the pink is a heavier weight. It's a monster. It can be different. 1, 2, 3, and then just a few minutes ago, I finished an axolotl. Now, it's hard to see with the bad lighting in here. Maybe I'll pop them in the light box and take a picture and then put it up over here. It was done with a strand of white and a strand of a pink yarn that changed color from a lighter pink to a hot pink and then back to lighter again. And you're definitely not going to see it with the washout lighting that I have here now. But from here up, I ran out of the pink yarn and had to add in another pink to mix in with the white. But it's a color change yarn. So if I hadn't told you, you probably wouldn't have known that I cheated. I cheated at the game of Yarn Chicken so that I would win. So that was the end of bag 4 in the Battle of the Scrap Bags. So I got out bag 5, and I got it out a few days ago. I finished getting it all caked up. It's actually in here, but I wanted you to be able to see all of the different colors and all that. One thing that's not shown in that picture is a 2.4 ounce bag that is all teeny tiny little scraps. Looks like a lot of them are from my old buddy. Oh, I might not have that picture. I might have deleted the picture. Red Heart Neon Stripes. Yeah. I have an idea of making some critter where I carry I use two yarns. And one of them would be black, and the other one would be all these little patches, so that it would, or maybe I do like black stripe and then one of these color stripes. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like doing when I'm up by my chair, looking through my pattern books, looking over my list of items that I want to make for 2025. I'm not setting anything in stone right now. I don't even know what I'm going to work on when I go out to my chair. I probably should work and try to finish up one of my works in progress. Like that cat that's driving me cuckoo because it is like color changes. I think I've only got 3 more rows of the color changes to do. And what was the row? Like 4 minutes? So within 15 minutes, I could be past the color changes and just zoom and finish the whole thing. But it's one of those projects where you just hit a snag and it's like, I don't want to work on this. I don't want to work on it. So you start something new. And then it's like, oh, I should finish that. I don't want to work on that. So you start something new. Yep. Can you tell it's late and I'm sort of tired and silly? Yeah. But I'm also basking in the victory of finishing off another scrap bag. I'm hoping within a couple of days to have a video that shows all, I can't even tell you how many, because I haven't updated the list in my day planner yet. Maybe 16 or 17 from this particular bag. And I have been careful about getting a picture of each item. So my goal is to make a slideshow of all the items I made with, like, in the slide saying where the pattern's from or if I freehanded it or whatever. Yeah, that's the plan. That takes work on the laptop. You know what? It's more fun to play with yarn. So that's it. I have a ton of stuff I'd like to get done by the end of the year. I'd like to do some summary spreadsheets of 2024. Like a list of all the items I sold. That'll probably take a couple hours to compile. Breakdown of all of the craft shows for 2024. That wouldn't take as long. But, I could probably have that done in less than an hour. Where I would say, okay, this is the show. This is how many items sold. How many in each of these price brackets. Total sales. The fee that I paid. And the net. So then I could say, okay, of the 16 shows that I did, here's the average. This many were above average. This many were below. Thing is, I had 3 of the 16. 4. Street Fest was my best show ever. The Kiwanis show, which was an outdoor show the week before Street Fest, was also very good. In April, I had a show that was also very good. And I think the one that I did the new one that I did at the school down in Pennsylvania. So I think those 4 were way above average. Then I had shows where I barely made $100. Yeah. I guess they can't all be like Street Fest. They can't all be thousands of people walking around in the street just looking to spend money. So I'm still looking. I wish I could find, even if there was something like Street Fest that was an hour or 2 away, you know, I'd drive down there and stay overnight for a show that's going to bring in $1,000. I've driven someplace and stayed overnight for a show that only brought in like 200. Not the brightest, no, not the best investment. But for one of those, I didn't have to pay for a hotel. I stayed with my daughter and got to spend time with the grandchildren. So even though the show was the worst one that I did this year, and didn't even pay for the gas to go down there, I'd do it again because I get to go down to see my daughter and see my granddaughters. So that is my summary for this Saturday night. The weather report, it was like over 40. When I went out to get the mail this afternoon, it was 51 degrees out. I didn't even wear a coat. It was so nice out there. And then I felt nice and warm when I came back in the house. So we are looking at a few days of some nice warm temperatures. But then, next Friday, it's supposed to get snowy again. Fridge is full. Cupboards are full. Garage has plenty of firewood. I have plenty of yarn. Let it snow. Bye-bye.